Welcome to Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. With lots of overtaking opportunities, this track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles per hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today.
Welcome everybody, this is the final round for Formula 4. We are here round 13 in USA, and much like our Australian division, we are going to see a wet session here. We are going to be seeing short qualifying, but as usual, I am not on my own. I am joined by Diggle. Diggle, how are you?
Very well, Bloom, and I'm looking really excited I'm looking forward to very excited. If I can't even get my words out, we're gonna have two pots decided here tonight. Pot 1 and pot 2. I can't tell which way it's going to go, to be honest. We've seen so much pandemonium all season, and it comes down to the final round.
Yes, we must say, pot 3 wasn't decided before tonight, but J Martz has noted that he's unable to attend, so that will immediately give pot 3 to Keezer, who was leading by 18 points. So Keezer for Marlborough is our pot 3 champion for season 4. So, but as Diggle correctly said, we still have Peas and Death Dragon to fight out for pot 1, and we also have Curtis and Mikey G fighting out. Mikey G was a distance behind, but Curtis was unable to attend last week, meaning that Mikey G was able to close that big gap. So only 12 points between those two. And if you might not be able to tell, I'm a little bit hoarse today. My voice isn't quite working as well as I would like for a stream. So Diggle is going to be filling in as many of the gaps as he possibly can for me. But let's see if we can find a car on track. I can't seem to find one at the minute.
I mean, the first guy on track is Glock, and of course it's raining. We all know what this man can do in the Inters. We're talking about the titles fights. There's also all these other drivers that can cause the upset. So let's see how they can mix it up and spice things up in that respect. And don't worry, Bloom, the voice is no issue. Normally you have to pay for this nice husky service, so we're getting it for free this evening. We're bringing it to you live. How about that?
Yes. So I will try and remember to mute my mic when I can. Obviously, again, apologies for the other week. Didn't realise that when I mute my button on the microphone, it didn't actually mute. So you heard me talking about Bruno, but we don't talk about Bruno, do we? So.
We don't talk about Bruno, no, exactly. But just been riding on board with Glock on this outlap. He's going to be the first guy to cross the line for an actual run. And he's got a bit squirrely on the rear end coming out of some of these corners, so the drivers are already trying to find the limits of the car before they've even gone for a proper flying lap. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of setup they've gone for.
At a couple of corners as well. So yeah, as you say, tremendous skill required to get around this wet track.
Oh, 100%, and it's going to put the drivers to the test here fully this evening. Not only is it just the weather conditions, but I don't think we could have had a better setup for tonight. But we're going to stick on board with Glock for a lap of Austin. And it's this nice big climb up to turn 1. It's kind of a blind apex, as you can see. He's got to kind of turn in and just hope the car sticks. A bit of a lock up on the inside, and he's missed the apex. But first run, he's kept it on the black stuff in the middle. He's just got to keep it nice and clean now through this first sector. In the dry, this is just committing to the line. I can imagine this is going to be a bit like an ice rink. You're just going to have to watch the rear end. It's just quick left, right, left. And it's got this kind of double apex of a right-hander as you're going to be coming to the end of the first sector. And you can have this nice little flick up the hill into the chicane. Just got to watch the curbs. You don't want to take too much, especially in this condition. Here, puddle, that can be you off. Those walls do look they don't look that close, sorry, but they can meet you very quickly at the speeds that these guys are going to be going. Coming down into, what may be one of the overtaking points come the race. This nice tight hairpin down to this long back straight. It's going to feel like an eternity as the track kind of undulates and goes up and down. Glock trying to keep the car as straight as possible, doesn't want to deter any speed and scrub any of that off. He's going to look to the right to find his braking marker into the heaviest braking zone. He's locked the front, but he's just gotten away with it. He's stopped the car. That's looked nice and tidy. So he's just going to be running off the middle sector there. Now, this final sector is a bit like a roller coaster ride. The track kind of elevates left and right as you're going around. You've got these banking corners. Again, watching, got to keep an eye on the throttle, make sure you don't overdo it. You get a bit put under pressure, or you get a bit carried away with what's going on, that can be you done. But into the final couple of corners, you have to make a slight correction. These like triple right-hander reminiscent of the Istanbul track, and then 2 corners to go. He wants to make sure he doesn't run too wide. He's not carried too much speed through this. He's kept it neat and clean. This has looked very nice just for a marker lap to lay down, see what the other guys can do. Down to the line, Glock for JPS kicking us off with a 1:48.6.
And I've got to throw it in there. Loving the gloves from Glock, sporting the stars and stripes, as you see there.
And just to show how competitive it was as well, Callum for Puma as well, setting time of 52.5. I could see these times are just going to start to tumble again. This short quali, which we had last week as well. These guys just want to get out and just pump the laps in. It's very likely these drivers are going to have a lot of fuel on board, and they just want to do consistent laps, try and push it as much as they can. It's not like in the slick where you fuel yourself for one run. They're going to want to explore as much of the boundaries here this evening.
Yeah, and reserve driver Bad Peso, he did have a 1:52, but he was invalid. But who was not invalid, Pillars managing a 1:51. So as you say, that first time looking pretty awesome from Glock. Curtis just starting a lap. Who have we got crossing the line? Peas with a 1:49.0, trailing Glock only by 0.4.
Well, that's still, he's the main man, to be fair, this evening. He's the one that DJ is going to be gunning for. So that is our championship leader, and the guy that's, well, got it all to lose effectively in that respect. He's got the lead at the moment. He's just got to make sure he stays ahead of DJ come the race.
Yeah, DJ just coming out the pits. Slough just rounding the final corner, 1:51.8 for the Castrol driver there. Good time, but yeah, like you said, big spread in the top 3, but a lot of people in the low 50s. So we'll see how the rest of the drivers get out. But as I said, we only have in a short session today because we only have 14 drivers on.
Sorry to jump in there. Just on board with Callum. He was going to be the next guy across the line. Glock invalidated, and Callum going through that like double apex right-hander at the final sector. The rear just went on him. He's kissed the wall. I don't think he's got any damage. He may have gotten away with that. He's bull squirrely. He may come in. I don't know if that was invalidate this and next lap, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that was a definite aim for coming into the pit, so he might have picked up some light damage, but Bad Peso coming round the final corner, and Callum's retired, so almost wishing to have terminal damage there, I don't know, but 1:50.2 for Bad Peso. Who else have we got coming around now? Pillars did improve, 1:49.9, so smashed through the 1 minute 50s down into the 49s. Death Dragon about to come in.
I was going to say, sticking with the Molbajek, Keys has just started his lap as well. So I think we're going to get those boys up near the top. All guys are quick, and P's coming through the 48.3, taking provisional pole by 0.3 off of Glock.
Chewy is about to set his first valid time, 1:53.3. Curtis 2 minutes 02. They must not be fully committal laps from those two, so let's see how they improve. 10 minutes left in this session to get them times in. Sloth
sorry.
Go on.
Carry on. Sloth got down to the line.
Improves by one second.
We're kicking it off well this evening, aren't we? Here we go.
But final race, I don't think we've had a single stream without any problems on it. I can see yellow flags. Peas was off track. I don't know if that was intentional, just letting people go, or whether he was. I think he's on a bank.
Yeah, Curtis, unfortunately, he's had 2 unlucky runs. His first lap, that 2:02, he had a moment in the first sector. I don't know if he went wide or moved out the way of someone, but invalidated. Oh, no, he didn't invalidate, sorry. And now he's gone off, and he's invalidated his second run. Now, with the short quali, he's going to want to make sure he gets at least one representative lap time on the board. Only half the field, or just over half the field, on the timing screen at the moment. Yeah, so he's still got plenty of time to come in.
Well, Mikey G has retired from this session, so didn't want to go out and set a time on this wet track, but that gives Curtis the advantage for the qualifying session. 14 points between them, so 12 points between them, so Mikey G does need to score 13 points or more than Curtis to get through. So,
Keys across the line there with a 49.7 up into the top 3.
Yes, fantastic time roll. Death Dragon coming round soon, so all Marlboroughs will have set a valid time, so we'll see how they fare. And normally we do see them grouped quite close together. They're quite similar on pace, the Marlborough team, aren't they?
Oh, definitely, yeah, and in this weather as well, even more so. We've got Chewy down across the line. Is he going to improve on his 153? Doesn't, unfortunately. DJ, though, shortly behind. Where's he going to go? Right smack bang in the middle of his teammates with a 49.8.
Block and Peas crossing the line. Neither of them improved, I don't think. But Sloth improves, jumping in front of the three Marlboroughs with the 149.6, pushing the cigarette aisle further down.
Well, I mean, if there's any more time fitting to have the sea of oil, it'd be the Castrol boys in the rain right now.
Castrol boys in the rain in America. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Energetics
The writing's on the
a
stars somewhere.
very adventurous outlap there. I'm very curious to see if that was a invalid this lap and next, and he's going pretty slow. No, it wasn't invalid this lap and next, so he will be doing his first flying run now.
Next across the line as well, it's going to be Bad Pesos. So where is he going to end up? Currently sat P7 with a 50.2, beg your pardon. So a couple of tenths he can mix up with the Marlborough boys. Round the final corner as he's coming down across the line now, he jumps up to P3 with a 48.9. What a lap for our reserve driver.
Yeah, you can see now his fuel light is flashing, so he has gone light on fuel. I know a few people in this wet weather would bank up on all the fuel possible to then do as many laps as they can. And Keyser jumping up into third, 148.7.
Yeah, it's looking like from Glock backwards at the moment, there's going to be a couple of tenths between these guys when they start to try and find their feet.
Energetics is in the wall. He's lost half a wing, so he's really having trouble even getting back onto track. Going to have to watch because his reserve teammate will be behind him on track about now. And he does
Two cars across the line, a Castrol and a Marlborough. That was DJ, I believe, or Sloth has crossed the line, but I've just stuck a bob with Glock because this looked like a bit more of a neater lap. He does improve, but not by much, but he does close in on Peas. 10th of a second now, the gap for pole.
Sloth just coming into the pits. So yeah, lap time's really falling now. We haven't seen a lap from our previous title protagonist, Wooter. He's sat in the pits. Gog's in the pits also. I don't think either of them have come out yet. Energetics, although, will be coming back into the pits with half a wing. Although we did see some damaged cars in the real American Grand Prix with a little bit of damage, which they carried throughout the entire race. But yeah, that's a bit too much for Energetics with not having set a time yet.
Of course, and I think this is going to be the time where people are going to come in and reset, and they should. If anyone's in the pits, they're going to be getting the refuel. So yeah, like I say, Bad Pesos diving in. They've jumped into the end of the session now, so it's going to be get in, refuel, and get back out and try and get these last couple of laps in. Just sticking a ball with Curtis as he rounds the final corner, the only other JPS driver on the grid tonight, and he crosses the line.
It was like a 2-minute 30 laps, so I think that was him preparing for this go around.
What you say about the Marlborough boys sticking close together on time as well. Let's talk about Curtis and Glock, both teammates, pot 1 and pot 2, and they always just seem to be together on track. So let's see if Curtis can match his teammate and join him up at the front, possibly a row 2 start.
So Wooter is now finally on an out lap. He's showing as invalid, so hopefully he can keep it better in between the lines when he's going for a flyer.
You guys are improving as well. Chewy just beats his own time by a second, and as I say that, Glock with a 48.2, and then Peace following him across with a 47.8. Oh, they are really starting to lay the line now. Who can bring it to Peas?
Yeah, fantastic time from Peas. He's opened up a massive gap from Glock, and we've got somebody on track of Castrol there, making it very interesting going through the S's. I do believe that was Sloth on an out lap, so he was trying to stay out of the way, but anybody in the S's will be highly distracting there. So yeah, Peas managing to avoid the Castrol. Who have we got next coming across the line? Wooter on his out lap.
Next, well, to be fair, next up behind Sloth is actually going to be DJ on a lap, so I don't think he's going to get
There is
I
Curtis
don't think he's
as well.
going to get blocked or constructed at all.
Curtis looks to be on a flyer. Just coming around the final corner now. It's looking better than his previous 2-minute time, so it looks like he's going to improve. He improves by 13.7 seconds, and as you said, he does join his teammate right up on the front, currently on the second row.
Going to be intrigued to know what DJ can pull out the bag in this final sector now. He's nearly a second up on his personal best. So right now he's on track to mix it with the front guys. But he was going down that back straight and he kind of got tucked up behind Sloth there just to make sure he got the toe as the two Castrol drivers got out of the way. So he utilised as much as he could. Couple corners left to go. What has DJ got left? Only just over 2.5 minutes left on the clock as well. It is crunch time for these drivers to see where they can end up.
He's just crossing the line again, and he improves even further by a second. 146.8. Unbelievable. Is the
DJ, what's
evolving?
he got in the response? DJ with a 47.5, so he does jump up to P2, but there's still that gap.
Sloth improved by
That
4
is-
tenths. Chewy come into the pits, and we have bad Peso coming across the line. He did improve by 1 second, 0.3.
I think the track is definitely evolving, like you say, but Pease, I think that was just full commitment and trust in the car that it was going to do what he needed to do.
Well, we see Wouter, the Puma driver, coming round the final section now. He is on a flyer, but he looks like he has abandoned it halfway through because he is showing as invalid and he hasn't had his ERS on, but he crosses the line now. He only has enough time to do one final lap now, so if he messes up on track limits this time, he won't be starting any higher than 11th.
Well, next across the line, we're going to have Curtis with another lap for JPS. Where's he go? Curtis up into P2 with a 47 flat, beg your pardon. So
Again,
maybe Pease's time is quite representable.
1.3 seconds improvement, nearly a second improvement for Keyser as well, further down, putting him into 5th place. So this
DJ's just gone purple in the middle sector as well. So yeah, the track is, well, I don't know if it's drying, but it's evolving massively.
I mean, we still see rain falling, but maybe there's a dry line showing on track now. 1 minute left to go. Most people on track now will only get one more attempt at their lap, and I think I see a Castrol backing off massively further back. But I've also can see Pease was awfully close to Pillars was awfully close to Pease as he invalidates. Pease coming in. Can't keep up.
Yeah, Pease is in, he's committed, but DJ takes pole with a 46.1 provisional pole for DJ. What a lap!
Who else we got coming across the line? Bad Peso. Is he going to improve? I think everybody's going to improve now because 146.4, putting him on the front row. Second place.
I don't know what Pease has done there unless he's run out of fuel, but I'm starting to think that may not have been the best decision. We've got a few drivers that haven't validated, unfortunately, but got Keyser, who is still on a flyer. Curtis, unfortunately, and Glock, both of them validated runs.
Well, we've got
So
Wouter
Keyser will be on next time.
Final sector.
Oh, sorry. Beg your pardon.
Checkered flag will be falling. Wouter coming around the final sector, not set a time before now, is looking pretty healthy, and he does. Provisional pole with a 145.4, nearly a second clear of DJ.
Now, Keyser did end up with a purple middle sector on this run. He's only got a couple corners left. What has he got in the tank to try and kind of get back up to where his teammate is, a DJ? This would be important, especially for that pop battle as well, that he is desperately going to be fighting for. He goes down. It's not the 45, it's the 46. It's up to P4 with a 2-second improvement.
Unbelievable. I think some people have missed out here. Pease obviously dove into the pits. Don't know if he ran out of fuel. Curtis and Glock both invalidated on their final attempt. So I think there was much more improvement to go there.
Pillars is on a run and he's a second up as well on his previous best. So there is more improvement yet to come. He could be splitting the JPS, boys, if he can keep it together. Rounding the penultimate corner, he's not gone too wide up over the curbing, which is nice and neat. One corner left to go. The final Marlborough for Pillars. He's little slide on exit, but where's he going to go as he's down across the line? Up into P5!
Unbelievable.
3-second improvement.
3 Marlboroughs up into the top 5. Bad Peso improving.
Sloth is next. Sloth's down across the line. Where's he going to go? Sloth, he improves up into 7th. But next is going to be, is it DJ? DJ is on a lap. 1 corner to
He's
go.
run out of fuel.
Has he run out of fuel? No.
Well, he's got a 2-minute
that's-
time anyway. I think he ran out of fuel a while ago, but we just missed it. But that is our wet qualifying session for the USA Grand Prix, and what a session that was. Only 14 cars on track, 3 didn't even set a time, but the drama as the times was tumbling towards the end there was unreal, and Pease down in 6th place.
That's big. This is exactly what DJ is going to be wanting, and I think as well, Keezer and Pillars, his 2 teammates right behind him, are the 2 cars separating him to Pease.
Yeah, but as always, my question when we have weather interfere with our races, was everybody running a wet setup there? Are we going to be having a wet race, or are we going to be having a dry race? So was they running a dry setup on a wet track because they know that the race is going to be dry, or did they run a wet setup? So this is representative of the kind of pace difference we're going to be seeing in a wet race here for the USA Grand Prix.
Of course, and like normal, we just have to kind of play it by ear when it comes to the weather for us, because we are kind of left in the dark.
Yes, sometimes, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But,
Glock saying, mistimed my last run. Fuming face. Bad Peso. Yes, boys. Callum, dry. I think he's talking
So
about
it's
the
gonna be a
weather.
dry race.
Let's hope he's talking about the weather.
I mean, I do too. But yeah, well, there you go. That's a nice clear blue. Well, not clear blue sky. That's a bright blue sky and a nice dry track. We got a lot of drivers kind of out of position, out of sync of where they normally would be, that we've seen earlier in the season as well. So it's nowhere near done yet. Like I say, we've got 2 titles to come to blows tonight.
We do. We're going to be watching heavily in between Pease and Death Dragon and Curtis and Mikey G. Keezer by default taking the Pot 3 championship because J Marts didn't turn up. But I've got to mention now, we picked up a few weeks ago that Wouter hadn't won from pole previously. Now, since we picked that up, he's won from pole twice, and even last week he did the treble. He got pole position, he got the race win, and he got the fastest lap. Now here, we've seen Wouter take pole position yet again, and can he convert that? Let's wait and see. 4 wins in the bag for Wouter, 7 pole positions. But in fact, now I could say 8 pole positions because he just scored himself 1 more. And out of 13 races, considering he hasn't been here all season, that is a damn good showing for the Puma driver.
Oh, definitely. And already, you see with the dry track, you can see a mix of strategy on the grid already. From Sloth up, Bad Pesos, the only driver opting to start on the mediums. The rest have all gone for the hards. Clearly confident in their ability and their pace that they've got on the setups already.
I've got a shout out to the math as well. He says, sorry, he couldn't race. I'm not going to go and share the reason why, but it's in the comments, should you choose to go and review that. But yes, Bannister, Pot 4 driver, missing from this race. JPS driver, but we do have Curtis and Glock holding the flag high for you, Bannister. So hope you feel better soon.
Well, and just saying that as well, I mean, it was something similar to the weather we had in quali, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but
it's not touch anymore. We don't want
I wouldn't want to touch it.
Discuss
But,
our viewers anymore. But seeing a spread, no pun intended, on the tyres, we see quite a few of hard tyres and a few medium tyres. A lot of the front runners opting for the hards, other than Bad Peso, who is on the mediums.
Yeah, and well, it had the strategy pop up on screen as well. It is going to be a one-stop race, hards, mediums, hards, but safety cars, virtual safety cars, anything like that, like we saw in the real-life F1,
yeah,
anything could happen. And like we've seen in the league many times before, we can't quite tell what's going to happen or who's going to win until that checkered flag has been thrown and the first car's across the line. We've seen positions change on the last lap all season. We've seen pure pandemonium, as you say, Bloom, all race long and all season long, and is coming to a head. Here we are in Texas for the final round of Formula 4.
Yes, well put. And yeah, as you say, in the real F1, and we did see in the Australian stream in their wet USA race, safety cars will have a play in the proceedings.
Interesting that by Wouter, he's been left on the grid a little bit. He kind of sped away on the formation lap. I'm hoping his tyres are still, well, he's going to be hoping his tyres are still going to be up to temperature, because in real life, the inside can be quite dangerous, but I'll pass it over to you, Bloom, for the start.
Well, hopefully I can gain control soon. I can't seem to do anything with my controller, but we've got 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the final here for Formula 4. We're stuck with this camera, but it looks like... Oh no, controller disconnected. I've lost the stream. Let's get in there.
No, that's fine. Okay, so no, DJ's up the inside of Bad Pesos. That's a big move. They're side by side running down the hill out of 1. It looks like we've got all drivers through clean through turn 1, which is very impressive and really good to see for these guys. Got a change further back of Energex and Callum. But at the moment, Pesos staying ahead of DJ, which was probably not what DJ was hoping for.
Yeah, Wouter maintaining position. Bad Peso, Death Dragon maintaining position. Peas up 2 places, as you say, he was slightly out of position.
How did we miss that? And he's already on the back of DJ already. He's looking around the outside as they're coming onto the back straight. Peas is not hanging about to get ahead. Glock has just passed Keyser. Curtis has taken Energetics as well, so the DRS isn't even open and these guys are trying to make moves.
Yeah, we see a lot of close racing here already, as you say. Curtis making up positions. Peas
is up on the inside of DJ. He's going for it later on the brakes. He's locked up on the inside. DJ, he's left room. Is DJ still alongside him? Peas has left the room back. DJ's gone for it. They're side by side still, but I think Peas is just going to edge out. What a start for Peas. But DJ's come back on the inside. But that was a bit of a last-ditch attempt there. I think DJ's just got to settle down a bit because Peas, all 3 Marlboros dispatched in less than a lap.
Yeah, literally every car he's passed has been for the Marlboro team. And we've got a car off. Curtis is round. Not sure what happened there, but also involving Energetics by the look of it, who again has no right end plate. But Wouter leading that first lap there, and I did see Energetics let Curtis by, so all well and good there. Let's hope. But the Marlboros still 4th, 5th and 6th. Sloth chasing them down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now what the pace of these guys is going to be in the dry as well compared to quali. Does DJ have the pace in that car to stick it with Peas? Again, Peas has got to navigate Bad Pesos and then get after Wouter if he wants that win. DJ's not going to want to let him get away. Peas has already broken over the second as well to DJ. That is going to be crucial for DJ in this race if he can just hang with him. Yes. And it shows how much Peas has been pushing as well. Battery deployment, very low for Peas already early on. He's one of the drivers, a bit like Wouter, where you don't really see him use the battery deployment much, but you could tell he wanted to get the moves done quick and early. And he's done it to perfection. Got yellow in sector 1. Is that? Oh, it's Energetics. May have had a little bit of a spin coming out of the pits. We've got a bit of a ding dong there between Gogs and Callum. Callum's gone a little bit wide there, picking a penalty for his trouble, unfortunately, but they're still side by side. Callum not wanting to give up the position. Gogs as well up on the inside. They're going to run side by side. It's going to go to Gogs' favour though, unfortunately. But is Callum going to get the drive to come back? No, Gogs has covered him off. Just shows no matter what position it is on track, P1 or P10, they are going to fight for everything here this evening.
Yes, tight racing throughout, but we're already seeing track limits come into play with 2 drivers having penalties, although in fact I think Energetics was speeding in the pits.
It was a 5-second, unfortunately. Callum, I believe, like I say, he picked up his, going side by side with Gogs. He may have just gone a little bit wide. While it has just calmed down a little bit before we get the DRS, just having a quick look at the chat there. Princess Phoebes there, wait, this isn't real life F1. No, unfortunately it isn't, but it is Formula 4, the final round of Season 4. And good evening, Ramsel, the chiropractor. Good evening from Italy. Ooh. I hope you're enjoying all the pasta, my friend.
Oh, oui, oui. Even though that's not but let's go with it.
Isn't it Arrivederci or something? But yeah. Something along those lines. I think that's Italian, I don't know. Yeah. Isn't that the thing that Charles Leclerc normally says?
I think it's because he drives for an Italian team, but we can see Wouter up the top losing the top place as Bad Peso takes him. Coming down the DRS straight round the back, but Wouter is not giving up easy. He is trying to fight it back, but unable to take that position.
That was a big lock-up as well for Wouter and Glock as well. He's starting to get him in the mix with them over. It's a bit of contact there with him and Keyser. Keyser's just come back and got around the outside. So Glock's not wanting to hang around as well. Glock's back up the inside of Keyser. Is there going to be a switch by the side by side? Oh, Keyser's a little bit off track. Glock got a bit of a wobble for his trouble there as well. And they're carrying on going.
Bad Peso is round. It's gone from first, he's tumbling down now, and he's not going to be very happy about that. I'm not sure what happened, but Keyser taking a very adventurous line there in front of Glock. These two having a right old battle, and Glock putting the pressure on Keyser as much as he possibly can.
With the DRS open now, it looks like Glock is definitely going to have him. He's going to cut to the inside. Under braking, is he going to spot the point just right? He's locked up. Is the switchback going to be there for Keyser? No, he's left the space, so Keyser's still got his nose alongside. They're going to run side by side through the first sector, but Glock does make the move stick.
Yeah, the pressure and precision between these drivers, unbelievable.
Flick through it, and Callum's gone wide there in the first sector by the looks of it, and just managed to collect it in time before Chewy comes flying up behind him. So that's put Chewy right on the back of the Puma driver there for 11th.
Yeah, Mikey
but
G.
Are we going to see... Sorry?
Mikey G, big gainer from the start of this Grand Prix, gained 5 positions, but most notably, Mikey G is 7th, where Curtis, his rival for today, is down in 13th now. I don't think that will be enough to take the title, but I think he's just gained another position whilst I've been chatting.
He has. He's just passed Keyser up the inside, and Keyser did just clip his rear wheel, but Keyser's coming back at him. And again, Keyser, once again, trying to fight round the outside, going into a corner, that same corner again, but he's tried to switch back this time. So he's going to go to the outside now, this long right-hander. Is he going to have the grip on the hard tyres versus the mediums? And he does. What a comeback there. That was a brilliant move back by Keyser. But down at the front, I just wanted to touch at, you've got Pease, who's just kind of sat in the DRS of Wuta, who Pease is very low on battery deployment, especially for him early on. This is not like him. But DJ and Pillars, side by side into one, is Pillars actually going to try and overtake his teammate? He is. He's gone up the inside as well out of one. So maybe DJ, I don't know if there's team orders going on here, but this is not what the Marlboro boys are going to be wanting right now. There is a championship on the line. DJ's not going to be wanting fighting his teammate.
This is where the team orders should come into play, because yes, as you say, Death Dragon has got much bigger fish to fry here, but Pillars not one to back down from a fight, because he is a true racer through and through. If he has an opportunity to take the position, he will take it.
Of course, but just doing that battle there's cost over 1.5 seconds. Just having that little squabble there between the two Marlboro guys. Keyser about Pesos now having a battle. So Keyser's day, unfortunately, going a little bit bad to worse as he's dropping away from his teammates. And Pillars has gone for it with the DRS open. Pillars has got it. Sorry, Pillars there on the brakes. He's made the move. Pillars up to P3. Oh, got the yellows out as well. Who is that?
Callum's
Why
retired.
were the yellows
Callum's
round?
retired.
And we got safety car, full course caution.
Callum's out. We missed that.
So,
I didn't see what was going on. But yeah,
he was down at the end of the long straight. I was trying to flick back before I could get to him. Going to cut to energetics, maybe get a camera angle on it. But can't help but think Pillars has passed his teammate at probably the exact wrong point. It's going to be a safety car, and instead of DJ staying right at the back of the gearbox of the guy he's trying to fight for the championship, he's going to have his teammate in front of him.
Bad Peso losing positions there. I'm not sure what was going on, but there's drama down in the pit lane. I'm not sure what's going on. Chewy trying to get in the pits, and Bad Peso, both on medium tyres. So are they going to try hard till the end now?
And it could be possible. Unfortunately, Callum's car has been, fortunately his car's been removed, so we can get under racing a bit quicker, but we will not know, unfortunately, what happened to the mystery of the Puma driver.
Yes, but we see these three coming out the pits now with some hard tyres on. I can't help but notice Energetics put some soft tyres on a while ago, so this will be a good opportunity for him to get back on a correlating strategy to everybody else, and he's lost the back end, so them soft tyres not doing too well for him there. But he does have time to correct that.
Down at the front as well, it looks like Wooter's trying to give the safety car a bit of a hurry up. Something we saw Sergio Perez, I believe, do a couple of weekends ago, pulling alongside the safety car and then having hit his brakes as well. So Wooter clearly does not want to have, Pease, Pillars and DJ Glock, these guys right behind him. Then again, who would? The amount of pressure he's going to be under on this restart's going to be insane.
Well, Wouter, as you say, 100% battery, and Pease, even with this short period under the safety car so far, he's only got just over 50% battery. So he's really been abusing his battery to try and get into the position he is in.
Yeah, he was down at like 10% at one point, so this has massively helped Pease out, to be fair. Didn't even think of that, so I'm glad you pointed it out. This has really helped Pease kind of refill his arsenal of different tactics and attacks he can apply for the remainder of this race.
Very curious of what you were saying.
Do you know what? In all of that, I can't even remember what I just said. So there we go.
Arsenal.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, and we got someone in the pits. Mikey G is pitting. Mikey G was one of the only in the top runners there who was on the medium tyres. I will get my words out. So yeah, it's looking like everybody's switching over to hard tyres. Gog's coming in for pits as well.
I think it's Mikey G is obviously going to be going for the strategy to well, he's battling for the pot title, isn't he? So he's going to want to try something different here to try and catch Curtis. He's got Curtis down in 12th.
Well,
if he can cover off for the pit stop already.
Strategy as Curtis, so he'll.
Yeah, he's played it safe.
So we may see the safety car in this round, but Energetic still making his way around. So that might be the only reason they could stay out for another lap. But most people haven't caught up now. And of course, this time behind the safety car will. They'll make the tyres last longer. That's what I'm trying to say.
Preserve the tyre wear. There we go. Preserve the longevity of the rubber. But all the top drivers though now, sorry, the front end of the grid, beg your pardon, all on 100% battery from Keyser forward to the top 7, all with a full battery charge. Chewy's not far off that as well. Mikey G, so everyone's making the most of this. I think the only driver that just needs to save a little bit is Bad Pesos. And then we're going to have a full grid with full batteries.
So yeah, Pease currently, as it stands, Pease would be Pot 1 champion and Season 4 Formula 4 driver champion.
How many fours can you fit in a sentence, eh?
Yes.
Because he's 14 points ahead of DJ as well.
Yes, he is. He is 14 points ahead for Season 4 for Formula 4, and he's going to beat Death Dragon, who's currently in 4th. How's it go?
There we go. Oh, and the safety car is out for another lap. So yeah, we are going to be doing another lap under caution. If anything, this is helping everyone who's pit so far massively.
Yeah,
in that tyre strategy.
Like you say, top 7 are the only ones not yet to pit, but it wouldn't suit their strategy. I don't think mediums to the end right now would be an optimum strategy, although Gogs and Energetics are currently looking to be doing that.
It's definitely a bit early, but the strategy that came up earlier, this race is kind of a 50-50 split in regards to tyres. So around about lap 14, you can expect these guys, maybe the hards are going to run a little bit longer, so they've got fresher tyres on the mediums come the end, but they're doing half their stint. They're doing a majority of their stint behind the safety car right now.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, 3 laps behind the safety car, that's over 10% of the race.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much in a short race, but that's massive.
Yeah.
This can completely change the outcome come the end of this. We've got guys behind who are ready to go. Unless the guys at the front here can break away by the 20 to 30 seconds they're going to need, they're going to get caught up in all this other traffic and muddled up.
Yeah, like if you want to say it as this, you know, after the next round of pits, Chewy is net first.
Effectively, yeah. If they were to dive in now, yeah, 100%. Well, within the next couple of laps, for sure. Chewy's in a very strong position, and Bad Pesos, this is just what he needed. Like you say, he was leading the race, and now he's down in P9, but this is what he's going to want to kind of reinvigorate, get himself motivated to get stuck back in.
Yeah, Callum in the comments, he's not happy. Obviously, we're not really sure what happened there. We didn't catch it on the stream, but he said, nice comms for Season 4, gents. Might see you next season. And we hope to see you also. We should be here in the comms box next season, I believe. Digler and I have expressed our interest in bringing these nice baritones to you, albeit mine not very nice today. But yes, WOTA looking to restart this race shortly as the race control notify us safety car is in this lap.
A beautiful voice as always, Bloom, and of course, if the action's going to be half as much as what we've had this season in such a short, compact season, the first time we've done this in Formula 4, it's been a pleasure to do the commentary, and I can't wait to do it next season.
Oh, thank you. Ditto. I can't do it without you. When I did do it without you, it just wasn't. Let's just say that. But we are in the penultimate corner now. WOTA not yet pulled the trigger. He's still holding.
When is he going to go? When is he going to go? He's round the final corner? He's probably going to wait to the last possible minute, and he has done. He's gone. Battery deployment. He's caught Pease a little bit napping. Pillars though, right on the back of Pease.
Yes.
Pillars, what a restart! He looks to the outside. He's going to try around the outside. Maybe try to switch back, cut onto the inside. He's sticking with him. Pease is not going to want to let WOTA get away. DJ has just dropped off there, and he's got Sloth and Glock for company.
Yeah,
that is not the start DJ would have wanted.
Massive gap there. Pillars has left his teammate for dust. Oh, and Sloth really unsettled. Oh, and Glock nearly took the opportunity there, but that's left him open to Keezer. Keezer has snuck up the inside of the JSP driver, and he does lose the position to Keezer.
Yes, the JSP driver of Glock there is going for Keezer. Sorry, Bloom, I had to.
Oh, but you would. But Bad Peso making up positions. Oh, and he nearly gets in front of Glock.
It's left, right at the moment for these guys, forward and back. It's like one step forward, two steps back for some of these guys. You make a move, you have to make sure it sticks this early on, especially after safety car restart. But this is like pillars of old we're seeing here.
Oh, and Mikey G trying to make positions from his teammate. He's side by side with Chewy, but Curtis also in the background, as you say, when you've got one person attacking, you need to watch for the next. And Chewy about to lose another position to a JSP.
I mean, what's important for Curtis right now as well is right ahead of him is Mikey G. So
yes.
that is the
Curtis is
so he's tagged. He's tagged by Chewy. He's backwards.
It's a complete
that is not what he wanted.
As soon as you mentioned Curtis' names there, he was sideways on my screen. Commentator's curse at its finest.
That is just so unfortunate. And is that damage for Chewy? He's in the pits.
Yeah, we did see Chewy pit towards the end of the last stint, so yeah, he won't be happy about that. And after that safety car, it's going to put him massive behind the entire pack. But we don't see Pease massively behind WOTA. 6/10 just separate the two as he's chasing him down.
Glock picking up a penalty for his trouble. That first sector is very, very slippery for these warnings. But DJ, though, importantly, still within that second of his teammate. He's going to want to catch him and pass him so he can set his eyes forward after Pease.
Yeah, we're all close here. Gog's the only driver on hards. Chewy on the softs now. So obviously this game being an absolute delight, only allowing you one set of mediums per race, which is absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, only one set of mediums for these drivers, meaning Chewy now having to go on to an alternate strategy, probably not the optimum one.
Probably explains why we saw energetics on the softs earlier as well, actually, come to think of it. It's kind of forced his hand on what he can do.
Yeah, but the next closest battle, I do believe we will be seeing is Sloth and Death Dragon, both on the same age tyres, both of them not having pitted just yet.
Yeah, and right behind them as well, you've got Glock and Bad Pesos, so they're kind of holding on to the back of this little train that's kind of forming. TJ is just going to be one of looking for, but he's fallen out of a second though on his teammate as DRS is now activated. That is going to leave DJ insanely vulnerable to the three drivers behind.
Yeah, and Pillar's a race of his own right now. We've seen him earlier battling his teammate for position, which we thought was a bit bizarre given the championship situation, but it's really, proof is in the pudding. He's now 1.5 seconds ahead of his teammate and off racing by himself.
Yeah, he's definitely, I think he's trying to prove a point. He's not had the best season, Pillars. He's had some good races, but end it on a high. and definitely look forward to carrying on to next season,
He
Pim.
definitely had a stronger second half to the season, but we see Glock now trying to take the position from Sloth. We've seen Sloth trying to attack Death Dragon, but now losing out of position as Glock locks up, trying to get in front of Sloth. But will Sloth now have DRS to fight that back down this long
It'll be
straight?
Glock sent it after the DRS detection point. That was massive for Glock. He made sure he got the DRS and then outbroke it, but the straight line speed of that Castrol without DRS. Oh, he had a look, but he had to back out of it.
I must agree, though.
It looks like Glock's gone deep. Sloth's going back. Glock went deep. And no, he's still on the inside. Glock and Sloth. And no, Sloth's got out of shape and he's lost out to Pesos.
Yeah, we did see incredible straight line speed on that Castrol there. So because Bad Peso behind him had DRS and Slipstream and still wasn't able to take the position until he lost out his back end there.
Again, that's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, unfortunately, for Sloth. But Wooter and Pease kind of running away with this one now. 3 seconds clear of Pillars and still less than a second separating these two guys. So I think it's going to be, well, I was going to say back to normality, but it looks like Pease has been burning that battery a little bit more than Wooter.
Well, that's a bit normal now because I think Pease has really felt the pressure where previously he didn't need to use ERS to maintain his position, but now he's got a fight in the shape of Wooter, albeit not a championship battle now, but certainly bragging rights for season 5, I believe.
Oh, definitely. And if you're going to win the championship as well, for example, for Pease, if he's going to do it, he's going to want to win it as well. Kind of round it off in a nice little bow. But DJ back under a second of Pillars now, so maybe DJ's kind of finding his groove. He's going to be within the DRS zone of his teammate. Is he going to get a nice easy pass, or is he going to have to stay with Pillars for another lap?
Well, at least, as you say, Death Dragon can slipstream his teammate now, DRS assistance as well, so that will improve his lap times dramatically.
Just behind them as well, Pesos and Glock side by side. So I should about to say, while they're battling, DJ's gotten away, and as I look back, they were again side by side. Glock is just ahead. There's not much between them. Who is going to go out on top of these? Pesos with the switchback, but I think Glock is going to get the drive and the inside. So Glock P5 still for the JSP. Oh, Pease! He's picked up the 3-second penalty.
Oh no, that's not what we want. We got cars way off in the background there, I think. Seen somebody well wide up, I believe.
That's very unlike Pease, to be fair, to pick up a penalty, especially this early on in the race as well. And just looking at the chat as well before they get to the DRS quickly on that one. In regards to this one, Droftas managed to get 15 minutes while sat on the tarmac, ready to leave Spain. Love the comms as always, gents. Well, Droft, I hope the weather is nice and sunny where you are and nothing like what we have here at the moment.
No, it's in Spain. I hope it's miserable, mate. Do you know what I mean? We're sat here in the cold, in the wet. Do you know what I mean? I hope it's miserable for you. Love you too.
And there's no spite in that whatsoever.
But we do see
Pease
the battle carrying on.
Yep.
As you say, Pease 4/10 away from Wooter. Gogs and Energetics fighting for position, but Energetics is off. So Gogs and Energetics coming together there, and Energetics really being worse off.
And it's a testament though to the drivers here that don't run a lot of the assists here. We've seen a lot of them block their tyres going into the end of that long back straight. So the tyre wear is not going to be their friend at the moment.
No, but we are just about coming to the 50% point of this race, and we do see 5 drivers there with penalties. So, yeah, kudos to all of those managing this race and staying within the track limits. Oh, and just as I say that, Sloth picks up a penalty.
Oh, we got yellow in the final sector as well. That is a
Energetics again.
Reserve off. That was I thought that was going to be a terminal end there to the race, unfortunately. But luckily, he's still going all 4 wheels on the car.
Oh, as you say that, he's going to have some rear wing damage there. Trying to come into the pits, but his back end overtook him.
Oh, just up at the front edge, just running ball with Pease. He is closing in on Wooter so much through that first sector. We've got full course yellow.
Yeah, because Energetics being a plonker, basically. Trying to smash in. I think he was trying to DNF going into the pits. So, naughty boy. He lost his
Right,
front
well,
wing, and that's why we've got a full course caution, because his front wing is at the entrance of the pit lane.
well, the one that's really going to affect was Pease. He looked like he was going to be lining up Wouter, and he was the closest he had been as well all race. And that VSC has dropped right before that back DRS straight, so that's kind of saved Wouter from having to defend in any way.
But, well, equally, yes, but that's also meant that Pease can now recharge some of his batteries, so it can be somewhere near the armory that Wouter has to defend, that Pease can use to attack. But now, with VSC, in true fashion, you never really know when it's going to end. They give you a bit of a warning. But yeah, you really need to try and capitalise on the restart here, but it makes it very interesting. So Pease, 4 tenths. As we go green again, it's dropped a little bit, now 6 tenths.
He's been quite fortunate because it was around the 6 to 5 tenth mark as they were coming down to that corner, but that exit Wouter got there off that final corner. And DJ's in the pits.
He is. But yes, DJ first to pull the trigger for the guys on the top who haven't yet pit.
The undercut is going to be strong here, but he's just going to need some clean laps. He's going to want to get his head down, and this is when he's going to want to pull this off. And Keyser, oh, so you did say Keyser with a front wing change, actually. So, possible bit of contact. Mob driver was picked up at some point, but no, so I thought you mentioned Keyser had gone into the pits as well.
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's the part I was recapping on. I do apologise. Yeah. DJ now with a lot of open track to kind of knuckle down now, and let's see if he can. What was it? Bono would normally say, it's hammer time, isn't it?
Hammer time.
DJ time doesn't really have a ring to it.
I did love how Martin Brundle went, well, it's going to have to be a big hammer. But Pease unable to take the position from Wouter again this lap. DRS insistence and down the back straight with a slipstream, unable to match the straight line speed, but we can see Bad Peso taking the position from Glock, and Glock off track. So I'm not sure if there was contact there, but it did look awfully close between the two. But Bad Peso back up into 4th place after an awful start. But Glock sending it down the inside, reclaiming that position. But Bad Peso reclaiming it back, switchy-roo, left and right.
Yeah, it seems to be a common trend in that final part of the lap when it comes down to it. The go-karting overtakes. Kind of let the guy in front go deep, cut back on him, and switch back left and right, as you say. But it'll be interesting to see now how long these top 3 run the tyres, Wouter, Pease and Pillars, in regards to where they're going to be in regards to DJ.
Yeah, they haven't pit. We did see Sloth off just further down. He's hadn't pit before now. He's just coming into pit now, so them tyres may be worse for wear. But yeah, Bad Peso in a really strong position because he has pit. And he's made his way up into 4th, so when the guys in front pit, he will be net first. But that brings me on to Chewy. Did have an unfortunate restart, so yeah, he wasn't going to maintain that net first. But Mikey G in front of Curtis at the minute. Not enough places in front to take the pot, but yes, definitely where he wants to be.
Well, we'll be when the guys at the front pit, Mikey G is going to jump them. So are Gog, so's Curtis may not. They may come up around Curtis. Trying to do my mental arithmetics is still fried, but yeah, there's some Bad Peso's bringing himself right back into the fight. The only concern I'd have is he's still got to do another 12 to 13 laps on these hard tyres. Well,
we are coming to the point where we're going to have to start talking about your driver of the day, and it will be have to be a good vote for the final race. But I'm going to have to put Bad Peso straight in there, because what a phenomenal race he's had, and to have been taking the race lead at one point as well. But Pease is in.
And Pillars is in as well. So just like that, Wouter is stayed out. So clearly Pillars and sorry, beg your pardon, Pease and Pillars, I'll get the names right in a minute, going for an undercut. But where is DJ going to be in compared to these lot?
But that's just put Bad Peso, Mikey G, as you say, Gogs, up into
DJ's
positions.
down the start-finish straight. And is he going to jump? He hasn't jumped Pease. Pease is clear, but he's going to be. Is he side by side with Dale? There's DJ, so he's jumped DJ. He's cleared DJ by 1.5 seconds, nearly 2 seconds there. So that was a needed play there by DJ to kind of put him back in this fight.
No, good spot there. I was off rambling about something else then.
I mean, the next one to keep an eye on will be Wouter, because if Wouter comes in this lap, it was so close between Pease and Wouter. I got this feeling that Pease is going to be doing the jump.
Wouter is going to be coming into the pits this lap, because when Pease went in, he had about 70% deployment on his battery, and now he's only got 30-40% battery left. So yeah, he's been ramping that battery to get that big hammer to shoot some hammer time in there. But Pease down in 5th. Wouter.
And Wouter's in.
He's
in, yeah, he's in. So where is he going to be in compared to Pease? This pit stop's going to feel like an eternity for Wouter now.
So let's ride on board with Pease as we're coming around the final sector. Everyone's a little bit more spread out now, so we'll put the poll up in a moment for driver of the day. But let's see.
Wouter's in and out of the box. He's leaving the box now. He's coming down the end of the pits. Wouter's going to be full throttle. He's going to have the pedal down. He's going to go. Where is Pease? Oh, they're side by side into one, but is Pease going to get the switch back on him? He's going to have the better line. Pease, side by side, he's done it. The switch back, the undercut by a lap has just put Pease in a better position to have the attack. And Pillars, oh no, unfortunately picking up a penalty.
Unbelievable.
However, I wouldn't count Wouter out of this just yet. You've got Pease with 25% battery, who's clearly used a lot of that to get to where he is. Wouter with over 60% now battery, so he's got a lot more in his arsenal to play with.
And Death Dragon making his way past Curtis.
Oh, it's very late on the brakes there in the JSP. That was very close to the rear end of the Marlboro.
It was, but I think it was a play from DJ trying to get past him and have DRS to carry on.
What DJ's going to need now is for Wouter and Pease to have a right old scrap at the front to kind of bring himself back in. He's got 5 seconds to find, and that is not an easy feat against those two.
What Death Dragon really needs is Pease to DNF, because then that is looking to be the only likely way that he's going to be able to claw enough points difference, because if even if Death Dragon wins and Pease just rolls across the line, there might not be enough points in it for him to take the title.
Oh, Gogs is in from the front there, so P's up to P3, and no, that is a good point. I was trying to not utter those words, as the way our luck goes on commentary,
well, yes,
we seem to say it and it happens.
We don't really want to see anybody DNF. We want to see some good battles and some good racing, as Glock takes the fastest lap on his fresh tyres, 1:36.0.
It's only going to be a matter of time. I think we're going to start to see Pease and Wouter closing in on Mikey G. So, yes. And only 4 seconds up the road to Bad Pesos, so it's 10 laps to go. No, beg your pardon, 9. Yeah, it's 10 laps to go, including this one, 10. Have I done that right? And
yes, 10 laps.
They've just got to close that in. Yep, sweet, I can count.
So Bad Peso currently leading the race. I'm throwing him in there as a driver of the day vote. So who else are we going to look at there? Wouter. Got to go. Who else?
You know what, I'd say Curtis. He was. As I said that, it's just like it was going to be between Curtis and Pillars. Are the two I was going to kind of suggest. They've both had strong performances. They've kind of clawed themselves up. Or Pillars, unfortunately, with the pit stops. But so I'm just riding on board with Pease. He's trying to get his way around Mikey G. He does not want to wait round the outside. And what that's going to do is it is going to give Mikey G DRS, but it's offset Mikey G for the final corner. Wouter looks like he's just going to go straight through as well. So Wouter follows Pease through. Again, let's not forget, Pease is carrying a 3-second penalty. So, as it stands, he needs a little bit more. Well, I only say a little bit more. 2.5 seconds to clear on Wouter if he wants to take the win today. and past Bad Pesos, who's nearly 5 seconds up the road. Let's not forget that fact. But
yeah, Bad Peso really having a good show. But yeah, these medium tyres compared to his 14-lap-old hards with the 9 laps racing we have left, probably if we had AWS closing speed, we'll probably see that they're chasing and within striking distance in 2 laps, I would say.
it says a lot as well, because both Peace and Wuta both deploying so much battery. We're not used to seeing these guys with their battery deployment so low. Both of them sat under 20%. And it looks like Wuta's going to make the move now. Wuta's gone for it. DRS open, battery deployed. Both drivers, next to nothing left there, but Wuta's made the move up into P2.
You say next to nothing left, he's got about as much as Pease has.
That's what I mean. They're both running on effectively a couple of double A's at this rate, aren't they?
Yeah.
But even Bad Pesos as well, he's just deploying everything he can to kind of maintain it. But even with that little fight between Wuta and Pease, they've gained a second on the leader at the moment.
The driver of the day vote is up on the Twitch stream, so please put your votes in.
Pease has picked up another penalty. That is massive. Don't get me wrong, like you say, the points difference, between DJ and Pease is quite a substantial mountain for DJ to overcome. But right now, if DJ can clear Mikey G, he's just got to get within the 6 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunate to see Bad Pacer up there with 6 seconds also, but I think can't take away the absolutely phenomenal show for him to even be anywhere near in front of Wuta and Pease, whether it be down to strategy or skill. But yeah.
That is well, you say that. He did end up having that moment early on and ended up sending backwards, so he was up at the front before he had his spin. So what could have been?
Sloth electing Curtis and Curtis leaving the pits. And Sloth able to get out in front, but Curtis will be doing some damage now on these soft tyres, and he immediately gets past Sloth, so I'm not really sure what was going on there, but yeah, good old ding-dong between those two.
I think Pease now, I'm just stuck on board with Pease. I can't seem to just look away from this, because it feels like if I flick away, something's going to happen. They have closed in rapidly on Bad Pesos. Well, can imagine Wuta's going to get the DRS if he can just find that extra 10th or 2 in this last sector, which I think Pesos may have actually covered off. And just going to be massive for Pease. If you can just get close up, but all these three drivers up at the front end with like no battery left at
Wuta
all.
won't have DRS. Wuta does not have DRS this round. Pease does have, so that will allow him to close up. Bad Peso
They've both
now
got 3%
really
battery.
in trouble, though.
I can't actually believe that they've got so little battery, to be fair, left.
Well, it'll get to the point where they'll have to take the batteries out, rub them in their hands, see if they can get any more juice out of them, put them back in. Give them a magic glow.
Oh, yeah.
And less on that subject that we could talk about, the better. As Pillars gets a 3-second penalty. Thank you for the segue there.
And save.
But Wuta, as I thought he was going to, straight on the under braking on the inside, already past Bad Peso.
I mean, the one to look at is going to be Pease. He's going to get kind of like a double helping here of the slipstream and the DRS is open, but is he going to be close enough to have a look at Peso? Peso's gone defensive. He's defended. They've all kind of gone deep there. Pease sending it very wide. But importantly, that is Wuta up in front, and now he's just going to look to try and run away with this.
Yeah, I think Pease is going to be looking at Bad Peso as more of a bad penny, because he's just showing up all the time in the places where he doesn't want to see him.
Where'd
So
you get these
Bad
from?
Peso, the meat in this championship sandwich right now. I say championship sandwich. Wuta isn't really the protagonist this season anymore, but he will be for season 5 if we see him back with a full-time team. Pease, is he able to make the move? I think Pease is struggling with some straight line
He's going to go for it. There on the brakes, he's locked up. There's a bit of wheel banging, and he's kind of elbows out, and he's through.
Well, I think... Whoa! And he's letting back. He's letting back. I think he's thought that was a bit rough. But in the days of Thunder terms, I think they call that rubbing.
I was going to say Robin is racing.
Rubbing is racing. I'll tell that the officer next time.
I was going to say, and less on that the better. So, Pieces. Oh, he's lost the back end. He's just kept it facing forward though. That nearly ended up with him having a very swift meeting with the wall on the inside.
Good to see him still in here. But yes, good to see some votes on Driver of the Day as well. If you haven't voted yet, get them in. But we see Glock chasing Death Dragon now. Death Dragon obviously wanting to climb as many positions as he can to close the gap to his main rival Peas, but Glock looking to be one of them cars in front of him.
And in all of that pandemonium, Pillars has passed DJ. So DJ's actually dropped another position. I've missed that at some point, unless you've covered it. I do apologise.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, DJ was ahead of Pillars by about 2 seconds at one point. So DJ must have had a moment or something, because Pillars has just kind of fired up, and yeah, he's kind of left his teammate there, and Chewy's out.
Chewy's out. Chewy's out. Is that going to be
and that's a safety car? That's a safety car. 6 laps to go.
On the inside safety car, as you say. I think that's
Chewy on the inside
5
safety
laps
car,
to
yeah.
go.
Yep.
And yeah, Wouter picking up the safety car.
Penalties. The penalties. P's penalties. 6 seconds with a safety car. Anything can happen now. DJ, who's it? No, DJ stayed out. Who's in? P's is in.
Absolute pandemonium.
DJ Pace and Wouter staying out. I'm surprised they've stayed out. Especially Pasos with the 18-lap-old hards. Why are they not in for softs?
Well, because position is key. We're going to have only like 2 laps of racing.
But with the nature of this track, the fresh rubber is going to be strong. You think of that first and last sector with the DRS? Oh yeah, he's going to need a thick car, a thick rear end.
Yes, shaking it, and he's waving it around just as you said that. But yeah, that 6 second penalty is going to hurt on lap 28. It's going to hurt.
Is it going to be enough for DJ to clinch this title?
No, because like as long as they all cross the line, the worst one of them are going to finish is 11th, and that scores you 10 points. And
oh, good! I totally knew that.
Scores you 22 points. So there's only 12 points in it. So literally, like I'm saying, Death Dragon, and also for the likes of Mikey G. Death Dragon and Mikey G need their rivals to not be here to score 0 points.
Whoopsie.
How old are you? Have a whoopsie.
Okay, I'm trying to not say the words. All right, I'm trying not to. I don't want to will it into existence. We don't want that.
As soon as we see one, you know, like Chewy just had a whoopsie. I love that. Whoopsie.
Hey, all right, Mr. Bad Penny. But yeah, just looking at the chat there. Godfrey Ho for thick with a PH.
The godfather of Formula 4. Haven't seen the godmother in the chat lately, to be fair, so yeah. Missing a few founding members. But good to see Godfrey Ho in the chat. Hope you're having a good evening and enjoying the racing here. A few laps left to go. It's going to be like an absolute mental 3-lap lobby by the time this safety car comes in. So we could be racing.
Last race of the season, safety car coming in with a couple of laps to go. I'm just waiting for the message to come up. Unlapped cars can unlap themselves.
This has been manipulated, man. No, Michael, no, show that right.
This is a motor race. We're going with. It's the best Austrian accent you're going to get out of me.
Bad peso. How much more screwed can I get by the game? I substituted a word there. Can you tell?
I've just had to save the gap on mine. I'm kind of confused why it's gone to broadcast mode.
Yeah, this is the lovely Codemasters feature. It kind of now it's.
Oh, it's skipped.
Yeah.
What?
Because all the cars were in this same train, so the game was kind of took over. Lovely game.
Right. Just before we go under green, to clear up in the chat quickly. No, that was not meant to be an Austrian accent. I was just saying the words. Fudged heavily.
Yes.
And Callum brings it away. I'm very confused by that. I'm currently stuck on the T-cam of one of the Marlboros.
There we go.
I think it's Pillars.
I can move.
Ah, there we go, yeah. Oh, God, this game is something else.
So let's have a look. We'll look at tyres. Top 3 didn't come in. Kieser didn't come in. Everybody else on relatively fresh soft tyres. Let's stick on the penalty screen. Bad Peso winning driver of the day as we just come on the green now. So Wuta has pulled away.
With a brilliant start. Kieser got a brilliant start there on P's. Kieser's alongside him going into the first corner. He's on the outside. Is he going to be a bit late? He's later on the brakes. Is he going to try and set it round the outside of our championship leader? He doesn't do so. Those mediums not quite holding up to the softs of P's, but P's now turning defence into attack on DJ. And that is not what DJ would have wanted straight off the start.
How did DJ get past P? Was that when P's pit?
DJ was ahead of P's pit. Yeah. So yeah, DJ would have wanted to keep looking forward, but again, it's those 11-lap-old mediums not paying dividends when it comes to the end. So right now, it's going to turn to kind of P's really.
Yeah,
can he hunt down Wuta and clear him?
Of Kieser taking the position from the Marlboro. We will not have DRS, or will we have DRS on the final lap? We might
It'll
have DRS
be
on the final lap.
Final lap, I believe. Yeah, 3 laps after. So yeah, but Mikey G straight after DJ. Again, those fresh softs looking like they were the way to go. And up front, we got P's and Bad Pesos side by side. P's up in a P2, just like that, in less than a lap.
And Glock trying to fight a position from Kieser as well. Still going on, battling, but Glock on the fresh tyres. Kieser did not pit. So really losing out on these battles due to the traction of his tyres.
So these medium runners are a bit like a fish out of water at the moment. They're kind of struggling to kind of get the heat back into them. And oh, we got a yellow out. Who's gone round? It's Kieser. Kieser's gone round.
Yeah, Kieser, as we were saying, really not enjoying this battle. But Sloth, Gogs side by side as they come round the final corner. Gogs coming out on top. Sloth really losing the back end. He has struggled all race long.
Mikey G up the inside into turn 1. Mikey G up into P3.
Oh, but Bad Pesos,
Pesos, yeah, cut back, but can't help but think those softs are gonna be so much better. And again, right now, Mikey G is sitting in P3, but 6 seconds for P's. Right now, Mikey G is staring at a second place.
Yes, unbelievable. And Death Dragon a podium finish also, probably.
As long as he can keep those soft runners behind him, again, they're going to be quick, very quick.
Oh, Pillars
Just gonna...
will be applying pressure to his teammate yet again.
And looks like Glock is going to be applying pressure too. Bad Pesos. DRS is open. Or not, beg your pardon, no DRS. One moment, I'm getting carried away here. I was too busy focused on and calling it a JSP. But Glock is lining up for the move down the end of the straight. Is he going to be later on the brakes and the softs? You can imagine he's going to go for it. He does up the inside. Pesos going to try and hang it on to get the inside for the next corner. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. But they've kept it clean and not, well, I say that's elbows out.
No.
Oh, he's gone round.
He's round. No.
I think that was that looked like it may have been a bit too much of a happy right foot there.
I think it was. There was Happy battling away, and I just think he was on the inside, trying to keep it tight, trying to give his rival some space, and as you say, just a bit too much right foot for the angle he was trying to take that corner. But the final lap of this race, DRS assistance now. Don't think we'll see much movement up the top, but we can see this battle now between Death Dragon, Curtis and Glock. And Sloth joining in as well.
And just having a quick look at the chat before we get all the pandemonium occur on the final. Godfrey there, come on Crofty, pay attention. I don't know who that's aimed at, to be completely honest.
Probably me, but I'll take that. I'll take that. From the Godfather, at the end of the day, he's practically our employer, so let's just, we'll give him that.
Wait, you're getting paid?
No, are you?
No.
But Pillars...
Bloom in the chat. Sorry, carry on.
Yes, as I say, P's final chance down the back straight. Hardly any battery. Little
doesn't have it in the tank.
No. and a 6-second penalty, so he just needs to try and get as far up this leaderboard as he can. But Death Dragon down in 6th, looking to gain quite a few places from these penalties. But he loses
As you say
a
that,
place
he's just
to
lost the
Curtis.
position to Curtis. They're side by side, and Curtis has done him on the final lap. That's big, though, for the pot 2 in regards to that side of the championship. But I think Pease was just hoping for a bit of a toe from Ruta to try and pull him away. He's pulled 3.5 nearly.
Oh,
2 corners to go for the final round.
Applying the pressure. Pease, I think, going to cross the line as the pot 1 champion and the
Wuta
season
goes
4
defensive.
champion.
Pease is going to try the switchback. Does he have the deployment? And Wuta does cross the line. But as you say, Pease P2 taking the season 4 Formula 4 title in style.
Yeah, and much excitement from our drivers, and what a mad few laps that been. Bad luck for Bad Peso, but yes, that is final round for Formula 4 here at the United States Grand Prix, and what excitement that was. Bad Peso, driver of the day here, did have some bad luck at the end and at the start of the race, but for him to get back into the positions he did was absolutely phenomenal. But yes, Pease crossing the line second, Wuta taking the win, but Pease season 4 champion, and what a lovely screen we have to show you there as we talk about our championship for season 4. But also Curtis, I think, will be taking pot 2 championship, so that is all of our champions decided, all on the last race bar Chewy, who earned his pot 4 championship a few races ago. I think it was back in Japan.
Just before we jump to the final race results on the screen there again, the Godfather himself in the chat was a rusty penny in the end. the penny thing, I don't see it still. I can't get behind it.
The penny will drop in a minute. Don't you worry. Be ready.
Wait.
But Wuta starting first, finishing first in true Wuta fashion. He will be a sight to see next season when he's given a full calendar to attack. I think the drivers will be recalibrating their sticks, recalibrating their wheels to bring a good fight to win. But as you say, Mikey G, 2nd place from 12th on the grid. Phenomenal show from Mikey G. And Glock rounding off the podium. Will we hear Glock talk? We will invite him for a driver interview, of course, but I don't think I've ever heard him, they speak. So, yes, interesting. Pease with that 6-second penalty demoted to 4th place. Curtis 5th, Death Dragon 6th, Gogs 7th, Pillars 8th, Sloth 9th, Keezer 10th, Bad Pesos 11th, Chewy 12th with a DNF, Energetics and Callum also DNF.
Oh, this penny and peso thing in the chat's just going off. Godfather again, unlucky peso. How many things are you trying to find out here?
Bad Peso, he's put a few comments in. My hards were all above 65%, so it was impossible to defend. We did see that you would be on the losing end of the battle, but well done for the effort all race long. But hopefully we'll be talking to you in the driver's interview as you are driver of the day for our final race. The second I went past the pit lane, the safety car came out, then I got screwed. Good luck for you. So I knew I was already done, but I tried, and you did try in true fashion. And the viewers did spot and notice your efforts and give you driver of the day. So we will go over now to prepare our drivers for a driver's interview. So bear with us whilst we do that, and we will be back to you soon. So we're here in the driver interview room. We did note that there was a little bit of an error on that final screen for the standing. Glock did, in true league racing fashion, crash across the line. That actually kind of threw a little error saying that he was third when we don't actually think he was third. So we'll wait for the stewards to review the footage and find out who actually finished that race third, because we know Pease and Glock did have 6-second penalties. But we have in the driver interview room, we have Mikey G, who after penalties earned himself second place on the podium. So what a fantastic show from yourself. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Obviously, I was just trying to make my hards last to the end, and then obviously the safety car came out and is a blessing for me then. But yeah, no, it's a good race. Had some fun battles with a lot of the boys. Yeah, it's just shame I couldn't. I don't think I've done enough to get pot 2, but it was obviously Curtis was ridiculously quick anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
it was just trying to watch where he was in the race as well. I thought he'd crashed out on was it the second or third lap because he had that incident moment.
yes.
I think he only lost his wing, so I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah, we did touch on he was 12 points behind, so it was looking by the final drivers in, you was going to have massive misfortune for Curtis to be able to take that spot. But
I was hoping.
It's been a fantastic show for you this season. You've had a couple podiums, and yeah, anything to build on for next year?
Yeah, it's just getting used to the game, getting used to my setup. So yeah, hopefully just have a bit better pace at the start of the season.
Congratulations again. As I say, fantastic season and quite close battle for pot 2. So yeah, don't take anything away from being runner up. You know, we've seen some battles in this league where the runner up has only been 1 point behind, and nobody bitter about that at all, I don't think. But yes,
Yeah, it is what it is.
it is what
Fair
it is.
play.
This
I think
how
Curtis
the
has won a
racing
few
gods
races as well.
decide, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, thanks to you guys as well. Great comms all throughout the year as well.
No, thank you. Anything to
Much
add, Diggle?
appreciated.
Just to kind of emphasize on what you've already said there, Bloom. Yeah, you've had for Mikey G. You've had such a strong end to the season compared to the first half. So it's been nice to see that momentum build and build and build. And just look forward to you seeing this kind of spiral upwards. And you're finishing near the front, the quali. You're getting a couple mishaps, unfortunately. So just want to see this all kind of neatened up, and then I can't wait to see you drive next season.
Yep, thank you, boys.
Well done and congratulations again. But now we go. Wouter has not entered the driver interview room yet, so we'll pass over him. But yes, he started on pole and finished first, and not without a good battle from his rival Pease. But yes, congratulations on Wouter for finishing first. But we now go to Bad Peso, the Bad Penny, whatever we wanted to call him during that race. Winner of Driver of the Day. How was that for you? And what a fantastic showing that was from you.
It was a up and down race. Qualifying, I did not expect to do that good. I really felt like I was going to spin it first, but found out, got P2 somehow. Started the race off decent. Had the lead for like 4 corners, and I decided to spin. Then got back. Safety car came out, saved me. I came back up, and then everyone pit. So then I led a few laps, which was absolutely great to do, as just being reserved for my second race here in F4. And safety car came out after I passed the pit lanes, and then he managed to pit. And since my hards were already, I don't know, like 16 laps old or something, I was just a sitting duck. Even with Wooter and Pease before that safety car, I was just a sitting duck anyways. But the best part was just managing to hold off Pease for as long as I did.
No, we've seen you do some awesome battles, and as you say, you led the race for quite a few laps there. And what a phenomenal show, because when it came to being put under pressure, you was the meat in a Wouter and Peas sandwich at one point, and it seemed that you did not crumble under the pressure.
Yeah, I tried to defend Wooter. That didn't happen at all. But then I managed to keep Pease behind me for a little bit. He had a mistake, then fell back 2.5 seconds, so that really helped me. But then the main problem was Mikey G. Then being within that 6 second window because of me going off the track and getting those penalties. Good, anyways.
Fantastic show from yourself, mate. And if we see you next season, no doubt we'll be seeing you in the podium room again. Anything from you, Diggle?
To be fair, it was going to be a similar thing in regards to that. Yeah, for your second race, I believe this is Formula 4 to lead, something that not many drivers have had the pleasure of doing. So to do it in the second race with, and obviously the final race this season as well, I look forward to seeing you back next season if you're going to join us.
I hope so. As long as I have the time to, I hope so very much. So.
Congratulations on winning Driver of the Day, and also congratulations on bringing us that spectacular show for our final race for season 4.
Had to try and give the champion some intimidation just a little bit. I'm sure it didn't affect him anyways. That's it.
But yeah, only fitting now to go to our driver champion. We've seen him with 1 week absent, but still leading the title battle for several weeks. But Pease taking Pot 1 championship today, and not only Pot 1 championship, but the Formula 4 Season 4 driver championship. Pease, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you. That race could have gone a lot smoother than I thought it could, but it was fun. It was really fun. But yeah, there were a lot of ups and downs. Good overtake, good racing, mistakes, safety cars. But yeah, good race, good season. Do it again next season.
We seen in true Pease fashion early on in this season you hardly use your your ERS, sorry. But then later in the season, I think when Wooter came around, we began to see you use your ERS. Is that a challenge which has been brought to you because of Wooter?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I feel like with what you probably seen with Wouter, like our paces are very similar, so any bit of usage is needed. So I have to try and make the most of that.
Anything from you, Diggle? Sorry.
Besides, again, congratulations, Pease, for clinching the title and the pot as well today. The race definitely didn't make it easy for you, but it was just, again, yeah, congratulations on putting on a spectacular season. Is there anything that stood out for you this season, that like any races, any moments that you thoroughly enjoyed, bits that you look back on?
I didn't hit the whole last maybe 3 seconds. It cut out. Sorry.
I love my internet sometimes. I was just saying, is there anything from this season that you look back on and you do remember anything that stood out for you? Any particular races that you thoroughly enjoyed?
Yeah, there was some races that were fun. This race was fun. All the last few have been fun because they've been battles in the last laps. Monza was pretty fun because it was chaos, and chaos is always fun. But yeah, no, it's just been a fun season, you know. Adding Wouter to the mix definitely made it more interesting and a lot harder. But yeah, no, it was a good season. It was fun. It was fun having DJ breathe on my back for the whole season because if I decided to crash one race, it's over.
Now, of course, with the short season as well, you managed to wrap it up as well. And well, I look forward to seeing you defend your title next season in Formula 4.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
that's the
Pease.
plan.
Is this your 3rd driver's title for Formula 4?
I think so. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was correct in that assumption. 3rd time world champion or Formula 4 champion. He's taking it again, and as we say, will be here next season to defend his title. Will Wooter bring the challenge? Will Death Dragon manage to clinch that battle by a few more points? But yes, well done and congratulations to you from everybody here at Formula 4. Also, congratulations to our Australian side. Wrapped up things earlier today. Always fun to try and watch you guys and have a little bit of friendly competition between us all. But yes, from myself and Diggle, thank you all for watching, and join us very soon. Watch this space for Season 5 Formula 4.